Magandang araw po sa inyo mga kabansa. Kayo ay nasa Iparas kay Paras at ito ay inyong lingkod Ado Paglinawan na nagbubungad ng pagbati para sa ating sekretary.
Magandang hapon po mga kababayan. Magandang hapon pa rin Ado. At heto na naman tayo sa ating Iparas kay Paras. At of course, hindi naman natin maaaring kalimutan ang ating dating Pangulo na nilapastangan nila ang kanyang karapatan. Yan, nawala nila, minala nila ang respeto sa ating dating Pangulo at kinidnap nila sa pamumuno ni Marcos at ngayon ay nakakulong sa Hague ng The Hague sa Netherlands. Pero alam mo po, mga kababayan, ang ating Panginoon ay talagang marunong lumagay sa tama sa mga tao na walang kwenta sa mundo. Tingnan mo naman itong kalbo na Bombay na ito, na namumulestya pala ito ng mga babae. Tingnan mo ngayon, siya ngayon ang kasabwat ni Marcos as lead prosecutor ng ICC at siya yung humiling ng maisyuhan ng warrant of arrest with the help of the Philippine government. Ngayon, siya ngayon ang nauna pa na pinasagot sa krimen. Ito, pakinggan natin ang news report.
The International Criminal Court's governing body will launch an external investigation into its chief prosecutor, Karim Khan, over alleged sexual misconduct. This development comes amidst mounting pressure from human rights groups, diplomats, and the ICC staff.
The International Criminal Court's governing body will launch an external investigation into its chief prosecutor, Karim Khan, over alleged sexual misconduct, according to sources. In an internal document circulated to member states and seen by Reuters, Khan is called on to temporarily step down from his role while an inquiry is ongoing. Khan's lawyers did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Khan has denied allegations of misconduct that were reported to the court's governing body last month.
Dinideny na wala daw basis. Isang pagmumukha lang ito, mukhang rapist eh. Kalbo. Bombay. Pero British citizen daw. Nauna pa siya kay President Duterte dahil nanggagahasa ng mga babae. How can you respect this ICC when their own prosecutor are the criminals themselves? Paring Ado.
May bahid ang kanilang mga
tapos
karakter.
Kaya nga na-delay yung pag-submit ng mga ebidensya to the to the respondents, the lawyers of President Rodrigo Duterte. Dahil na-delay dahil dito sa
nabakante.
Kumag na rapist na ito.
Nasuspindido siya.
Suspindido. Tapos, ang United Nations pa is the one acting. And several other countries had demanded that he should be investigated. Can you imagine? The chief prosecutor of ICC is unbelievable. Yan pa ang mag-prosecute kay President Duterte who's innocent. Ano naman nangyayari sa ano na yan? And look at the United States. We have imposed sanctions on the ICC. And look at Hungary. Itong Hungary, nadismaya din dyan sa ICC. Look at Hungary now. They are withdrawing. Hungary's parliament passes bill on ICC withdrawal.
The Hungarian parliament on May 20 supported the bill on launching Hungary's withdrawal from the International Criminal Court. The government proposed bill, supported by 134 lawmakers, would see Hungary exit the international body that it co-founded in 2002. The Hague-based court is tasked with prosecuting international crimes of genocide, war crimes, or crimes against humanity. The vote formalizes Hungary's intention, which was first announced in early April during Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's visit to Budapest. The Hungarian government has sharply criticized the ICC's decision to issue an arrest warrant for the Israeli leader over alleged war crimes in Gaza.
Okay, so ang hilig nitong ICC na ito na gumawa ng crime against Putin, against Netanyahu, at wala namang power sila to acquire jurisdiction over those countries. Ininsulto pa nila yung Hungarians by attempting to capture the Prime Minister of Israel, which led to the withdrawal by the Hungarian authorities from membership of the ICC.
But bringing it closer to home, yung collaboration ng ICC at saka ng Marcos government, no, brings us more into the focus on how ICC operates and corrupts even the local situation from violating its own laws para lamang masunod ang propaganda purposes.
Para lamang to satisfy the political thirst of the present administration for their fear over somebody who is very charismatic leader, that this leader in the person of former President Duterte might be able to steer the people. And they were so afraid of that because there were already indications as he held a rally in Cebu, whereby a lot of people have attended and shouting Duterte, Duterte. And Marcos was alarmed, and in fact, that was the subject matter of that alleged report made by Bersamin. When they they consulted Lilo as to how to address the Duterte's capability to let people know of the ills of this government.
Yung Lilo survey actually pointed at the smoking gun, no? Which is the arrest of Duterte.
Yes.
Na nagpabagsak talaga dyan sa Marcos trust rating and approval.
So and of course, marami pong mga loyalists, Filipinos. There are so many Filipinos who have flocked into
May 31. May 31.
So
big demonstration, Judge.
Big demonstration and so on and so forth.
Philippine Day. They
so
declared
even Medial Dia is still there. And our good friend who was the spokesman of President Duterte, who has expressed so much loyalty to the president, is also in the Hague.
Pero sinisiraan siya ngayon.
Pero may mga ibang tao na mga inggit, na mga kengkoy sa gobyerno ni Duterte noon. Inilalait pa nga ni President Duterte yan, itong tao na ito. Oy, pare, saan baling ka bang planeta? Bakit ganun ang ayos mo? Sabi ni Digong, tawanan kami lahat. Kasi ganun ang ayos niya, pumasok doon sa where we had a meeting. Sino ba itong tao na tinutukoy mo rin? Is this the same person that I'm talking about? Naglalait kay Harry Roque at tinatraidor si Harry Roque?
Yan ang si Ginoong Sal Panelo.
Okay nga, pakita nga natin yung video na tinatraidor niya yung isang kasama ng Duterte administration.
Sa likod.
Pakinggan natin itong Kenkoy na.
Habang usap-usapan ngayon ang reconciliation, may patutsada si Attorney Salvador Panelo sa kaalyado niyang si Attorney Harry Roque. Ang detalye sa agenda report ni Joash Malimban.
Kritika, mas kritik nga ako sa iyo eh. Kung baga, harapin mo na, magpakalalaki ka.
Yan ang hamon ni former Chief Presidential Legal Counsel, Attorney Salvador Panelo, kay former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque. Matapos pumutok ang balitang pinag-aaralan na ng DOJ ang pakikipag-ugnayan sa Interpol para maihain ang isang red notice laban kay Roque. Noong May 15 kasi, kinumpirma ng Angeles Pampanga Regional Trial Court sa Billionario News Channel na mayroon ng arrest warrant laban kay Roque, Cassandra Ong at mahigit 40 taong sangkot umano sa qualified human trafficking. Matatanda ang matagal nang nagtatago si Roque matapos siyang maging isa sa persons of interest sa ni-raid na Lucky South 99, isang pogo facility sa Porac, Pampanga na sangkot umano sa torture, kidnapping, sex trafficking at iba pang mga krimen. Noong Marso, idineklara ni Roque na nag-apply siya for asylum sa Netherlands. Biktima raw kasi siya ng political persecution sa bansa. Pero banat ni Panelo, hindi naman biktima ng political persecution si Roque. Umalis daw kasi ito ng bansa dahil sa citation of contempt ng Kamara laban sa kanya. Sa programang At the Forefront ng BNC, sinabi ni Panelo kay Roque na umuwi na sa Pilipinas at harapin ang kanyang kaso.
Kung nakademanda ka rito, harapin mo. Kasi rightly or wrongly, tama man o mali, pag hindi ka umuwi at nagtatago ka doon sa ibang bansa, ang perception ng tao, guilty ka. Yun ang magiging problema niya.
I don't believe na ang perception ng tao bayan guilty ka. Karapatan ng isang persecuted person
Abogado
to find a way to evade government that has, deprived him of due process.
Political persecution yan.
Ito kasi, hindi kasi naging congressman ito eh. He has never won any election itong si Panelo. Unang-una, inggit na inggit yan kay Roque because I remember, for a while, he became a spokesman at nagbibida-bida siya and President Duterte kicked him out and replaced him again with Roque. So, may axe to grind ito kay Harry Roque. Alam mo, napaka-traidor nitong tao na ito. Kasama sa administration ni Duterte. Mahal ni Duterte ang mga tao niya. But here comes this guy na sabi ni Duterte, galing sa isang planeta, galing ng ilang planeta ito, lalaitin mo at parang ano ka pare, nung sa panahon ng Hapon, parang kang makapili isang kasama mo, mahal ng ating dating Pangulo at nagsakripisyo doon, habang siya dalgal ng dalgal dito, pa-interview, si Harry Roque is there sacrificing his life and attending to the case of the president in Hague. Tapos sisiraan mo at sasabihin mo, umuwi ka na dito. Kung ikaw ang nalagay sa kalagayan ni Roque, hindi kasi ito na-elect na na ang pag-alis ni Roque was based on harassment, based on failure of due process, dahil hindi lang siya nakapag-attend ng hearing at hinahabol siya ng Congress. Ano masasabi mo dito sa Panelo na ito pala?
Well,
ayos ba ito?
unang-una parang dubious sa character dahil ngayon lang ako nakakita ng nag-Amerikana ng dilaw.
Ganun na. Kaya
ba yan?
Tuwing may meeting kami sa Malacanang,
Dilawan ba yan?
kami nila PRRD, darating yan, tapos sabihin ni PRRD, pabiro, Sal, saan ka naman planeta galing? Kasi yung mga ayos nito
dati lagi nakaputi yan
out of this world.
Parang si Duque.
Duque.
Yung coach ng UE.
Pero we're not being personal. We're just citing a fact whereby dapat sana tumahimik ka na lang kasi kasama natin yan. Napapahalata tuloy na dinadamdam mo yung pagkainggit mo kay Roque dahil sinipa ka as spokesman during the time that PRRD was president. Wag naman. At parating nagpapataasan ng ihi kung sinong bribe sa kanila.
Doon tsaka may nagtanong sa akin eh. Bakit nagsasalita lang ganun si Sal Panelo? Ano ba yan? Nakuha lang ba ng Malacanang?
Ay, obvious. Kasi kagaya nito, wala naman siyang sanction from the Dutertes. And yet, he offers his opinion without even asking the Vice President or the former President himself na magsasalita siya
about reconciliation.
Sino ba siya na magbibigay ng ano? Isn't it isn't it a good thing for him to consult first at hindi siya magsasalita? Because kagaya na yon, kinukot na tuloy siya ng media, kinukot na tuloy siya ng Malacanang, na
kinukot siya
ni Claire Castro na as if yung sinasabi niyang si Duterte ay willing to reconcile pag inuwi siya sa Pilipinas, that is not Duterte. Duterte will never succumb to negotiation. Alam mo, Mr. Panelo, hirap kasi sa'yo na pinipreempt mo ang mga Duterte. Alam mo, President Duterte will never reconcile to sacrifice his integrity. Hinuli nila, kinidnap nila, at nilagay nila doon. Tapos ngayon, iuuwi nila, presuming makapagpauwi sila. And Duterte will just buy that as a price. Napakakumag mo naman magsalita. The President Duterte has already made a fate. Fate na niya yan. Sinabi niya na haharapin ko ito kung ano man ang fate ko, and because I serve the Filipino, papakamatayan ko ito para sa taong bayan, para sa Filipino people.
Sabi na,
I don't think the President will ever compromise that thinking. Tapos here comes this guy saying na, pag inuwi nyo yan, okay na, mag-reconcile. Napaka-bobo mo
Hindi kaya dahil naka-sunglasses siya, hindi siya makakita mo.
Parang si ano yan He's trying to look alike, the look-alike of John Lennon So, pare, nothing personal, pero masama ang ginawa mo kay Harry Roque. Harry Roque is helping the President while you are going the rounds, nagpapasikat ka, tapos siniraan mo pa yung Duterte. Sabi niya, Duterte 5 daw siya. Bakit hindi ka tumakbo? Dahil nung unang tumakbo ka, kulelat ka. Bakit hindi ka tumakbo ngayon? Tapos sisiraan mo yung Duterte. Kasi Duterte 5 daw siya. Tingnan mo yung napaka-ok-ok nitong tao na to, paring Ado.
Well, baka nadadala na rin ang edad dito
Sabagay, ka-age ng kapatid ko yan sa nung nasa UP College of Law sila my brother is 80 years old siguro.
Pero merong isang abogado na nagko-comment dito sa impeachment ni Sara
okay.
Baka dito mauwi yung Senado.
Alam mo, yun din ang thinking ni Senator Marcoleta. Pero ito, magaling din ito kasi he is a seasoned lawyer. Although he's an election lawyer, but he has defended so many cases. And I think this will be discussion, a thorough discussion. And in fact, Frank Drilon has also mentioned that this is a possibility that will happen. So, pakinggan natin si Romy Macalintal tungkol sa mangyayari ng impeachment case that will just be useless endeavor as far as the Senate is concerned and also the House of Representatives. You listen to Attorney Romy Macalintal as he weighs in on the issue of impeachment of Inday Sara. Tingnan natin.
Well, kapag ka ang impeachment case ni Sara Duterte ay sinimulang dinggin sa June 2, katulad na sinasabi ni Senator Chis Escudero, ay patay na ang nasabing impeachment case na yan kasi wala ng panahon ang present Senate na ito ay matapos hanggang June 30. Kasi maliwanag sa Rule 44 ng Senate Rules mismo na kapag ka ang Kongreso ay nag-terminate o natapos ang kanilang Congress sa panahong ito, hindi na po pwedeng i-take up pa yung previous matters and proceedings. Ibig sabihin, yung nakabimbin ng mga kaso, mga nakabimbin ng mga bagay na dapat na tinitake up ng present Senate, hindi na pwedeng buhayin doon sa bagong Senate. Maliban na lamang kung yung bagong Senate ay bubuhayin nila muli ito. Pero kung ito'y bubuhayin nila, ikukonsider yan na as if they were presented for the first time. Na sa kasong ito ng impeachment ni Ms. Sara Duterte, kung ito ay tatanggapin ng new Senate, mangyayari niyan na parang bagong impeachment case ito na ipinapile sa bagong Senado. Na siyempre, nasasabihin naman ni Ms. Sara, hindi na po pwede yan. Sapagkat kung may bagong impeachment case, sakop ito ng tinatawag na pagbabawal sa ating saligang batas na hindi pwedeng magkaroon ng dalawang impeachment case sa loob ng isang taon.
There, it would seem that it will boil down to that issue as we go along, no? Okay, we will await for the June 2 opening. Of course, there will be kasi old Senate pa yan, which is the 19th Congress. So, actually, a lot of those people who will be attending that, I think they will wash their hands. Because, bakit ako magkikasawsaw? Kung ako ang senador, tapos I only have 28 days to rule on an impeachment case, which will not really be discussed thoroughly. There will be no thorough presentation of evidence, and there will be discussion pa on the issues. What rules to be followed? Will there be new rules of the Senate as impeachment as an impeachment court? Yung 28 days, mauubos lang yan, paring Ado. So, kung akong senador, bakit ba ako makisawsaw kung paalis na ako? Why would I dirty my feet to discuss an impeachment case which I will not be participating in its entirety? So, kaya nga from June 2 to June 28, walang mangyayari dyan. Baka wala pang quorum yan eh. Walang mag-a-attend dyan eh. That's my personal view on the matter. So, mga kababayan, sinasabi ni Attorney Magkalintal, pagka natapos yung June 30, it will be a new ball game. So, discussion na naman yan. Debate yan. Marcoleta will, of course, certainly argue na wala na itong new Congress, the 20th Congress, has no more jurisdiction. Tapos na, as Attorney Magkalintal has stated, all the necessary mga papeles, mga documents, mga pending business will now be over and done with. The 20th Congress will be a new Congress.
Magiging WOT na yan.
Yeah.
Waste of time.
Yeah. So, maski ano pang gagawin nyo, although ang ating butihing Vice President, sabi niya,
very confident,
there will be a bloodbath.
Naku, dyan natakot si Marcos.
Oo, there will be a bloodbath.
Ano ba yung bloodbath?
But that's only a figure of speech.
Idiomatic.
Oo. Hindi naman literal yan figure of speech, meaning to say na ito ay matinding labanan ito.
Pero yung mga communist
talagang i-contest namin yung mga ebidensya nyo na paltos. Yun ang ibig sabihin ni Vice President. Now, even if the Vice President is aware that she has the numbers, even if she's aware that this impeachment is moot and academic, but of course, she's ready. She's ready to fight. And that is what she called the bloodbath. Pero itong kumag na Lucaret, violence daw. There will be violence. Violent daw si Vice President. Parang, napaka-bobo mo naman. Hindi ka marunong ng figure of speech. Just, marinig mo lang yung blood, kala mo, magkakaduguan na. Eng-eng mo talaga, Lucaret. Kaya, doon sa mga courtesy resignation, kasama yung amo niya, si J. Ruiz. Bakit hindi kasama ito? Bakit hindi nag-tender ng resignation ito? Kasama yan
nakakapit doon sa microphone.
Nakakapit ba yan?
Oo, nakakapit sa microphone.
Baka wala nang pambili ng mga damit na parang pang-model kasi everyday iba-ibang suot niya So, laki sigurong sweldo niya pambili ng damit.
Baka confidential funds yan,
confidential funds. Hindi natin pwedeng yan kasi confidential
confidential.
Hindi natin pwedeng ukitin yan. So, ganun po, Madam Claire.
That's it.
Dapat mag-tender ka na rin yung courtesy resignation para madali kang sipain ni Marcos. Yun po, mga kababayan.
Huwag kalimutan mag-subscribe dito sa Iparas kay Paras.
Magandang hapon po.
Ang notification bell. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you and good luck.